Hi,
Hi,
Rohit, what's up?
all well. How are you doing?
I'm good, I'm good. Thank you so much. And you're looking really amazing, by the way, I must say.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Rohit, thank you so much for joining with us, and it's a pleasure to have you.
Likewise, pleasure all mine.
For you, it's not a new scene, right? Because you have been a part of a Big Boss journey. तो ये जो अभी दुनिया चल रही है जहाँ पे हम सब लोग को फीलिंग आ रही है बिग बॉस वाली, what is your take? Is it easy for you or is it difficult?
It's very, very tough for a like me. I'm a completely a social butterfly, and definitely I've been locked down from last 4 5 months. I've not stepped out,
Right.
and obviously the factory is shut. The work is suffering. So obviously this pandemic has really shaken everybody off completely. But what I probably believe that this is a time for you to talk to your own self, explore your inner beauty, what you are all about, and I think that's the best thing which can happen with a lot of people. And there are a lot of people who the relationships in your friends and all, we all have come more closure right now. But definitely, like I said, I'm a social butterfly, so it has definitely affected me big time because I cannot sit at one place. I'm a free bird. From one branch to another branch, I keep on flying.
And what is your take on fashion? The whole industry has gone for a toss right now. So the fashion has changed now. It has come to a mass industry now. मतलब जान जाए but fashion नहीं जाएगा अभी भी.
Because everybody is fashion conscious. Everybody wants to look good. Everybody wants to look gorgeous, and definitely it has the industry is affected big time because uh, the way the situation of our country is going right now. A lot of designers are crying. A lot of so many karigars have left for their
Sure.
business and they don't want to return back.
You're right.
Yes, it is affected big time, but there's always a saying Lord Krishna said that every dark cloud has got silver lining. So it's so much right now. So definitely, good days will always come back.
I'm sure. We'll touch on Big Boss journey, Rohit, because the kind of fame I'm sure you had, but post Big Boss, it was like you became a name in every possible household in India. Tell me one person who was really bad in terms of fashion and one person who was really amazing during your time in Big Boss.
Big Boss is a very tough game completely, and it's really it's a completely a psychological game. So I entered the Big Boss house as like a 3-year-old boy, and when I came outside the house, that was like a 6-year-old man. You can say so. It really completely changes your personality because it's as good as you are doing vipassana, and definitely like I made my own bond with people because I'm an extremely emotional person. So like I came very close to Poonam Dhillon,
Wow.
Bindu, Tenaz, Bhaktiyar, Aditi. So we are all are still in touch with each other. But it is completely, as a person, it's completely changed my personality completely because, you started valuing a relationship, you started valuing people's, sentiments and emotions. And I always believe that you cannot make your own castle with somebody else's emotions.
Correct.
So at that time, the money was paid very well, and everybody wants to sustain and stay more weeks so that we make more money.
Right,
So
right.
then, but when you realize your mistakes, I think so. I was the first one who stood and spoke in front of the entire nation that this is not me, this is not my personality, and we cannot make a castle with somebody else's emotions because for staying in one game, you can say you can't hurt sentiments. Yeah.
Very important question, Rohit. Do you genuinely think Big Boss is scripted or it's a genuine game?
Abhitanshu, this question, I think not only you, whole world has asked me.
I know.
Yeah, it is not scripted. Everything in the house is very true. Yes, I can say that the entire the editing team is very smart because
But my question is again the same. You think that the interpretation, the emotion, the kind of the whole hawaki which comes on the screen is real, or there is a TRP game also which is involved?
no, see, everything is very real in the house. It's nothing is like you can say it is fake. But the thing is, the way they create situation, because as an audience, you feel that this is scripted, But because they create situation like this, because the whole fight starts from the kitchen and the toilet. These are the
Correct.
two basic things, you know. The fight starts, and when you start sending the contestants limited food, and when you have got an appetite of like 5 chapatis, and you're getting, your body's getting 3 chapatis, you know. So obviously this all the anxiety and the anger comes out.
Correct.
So so it's indirectly, you can say, scripted, but not directly. So because they
How much?
twist it like that.
And how much is the involvement of Salman Khan in terms of selection, in terms of eviction? Because there's an immense amount of buzz every now and then that he has
And so Salman has got any kind of say while selecting the contestant is concerned. It's a completely channel's decision, because
Okay.
I got directly called from the channel. I didn't have a call from any of the celebrity calling
Who
me.
is going to be on the show, the soft corner, the TRP corner? You think he has got a slightest amount of involvement or say?
I'm sorry, I did not get the
You
question.
think
What?
Salman Khan, when the show is on the air, he has a kind of involvement that who is going to be on the show in terms of TRP?
No, it's all rumor. I
It's all
don't think. Yeah, as a host, he's been hired. He does his job.
Okay.
I don't think so. Salman Khan has got any interference putting any contestant in the house. It's completely a channel decision.
Fantastic. So, what is your take on this whole COVID when you are stuck all by yourself and there's so much negativity around there? Rohit, what is your mantra? How do you bounce back at this point of time?
So I'm just passing the each date's coming to me. I have been house arrested. I was not well from last 15 days, and I'm all by myself. I'm a completely, like I said, I'm a social butterfly. So
Right.
for me, it becomes very, very difficult, and I have no idea what is my 2020 do, because I'm believing that 2020 is a new year for all of us.
I know. It's not.
It can't. So now what we have to think about, 2021.
Correct.
Though the starting of my 2020 was very good. Like I did couple of good shows, and I had a lot of international work lined up, but everything after this actually went on toss. So I cannot say anything on those lines that what is the future has stored for all of us. It's all in Lord Krishna's hand now.
So Rohit, do you watch news by any chance at this point of time?
What did I watch?
Do you watch news at this point of time?
Yes. Apart from TV, what else we can watch? I'm only watching Netflix.
No, okay. When I say news, it's supposed to be purely news. You think nowadays when you open a news channel, there's too much negativity around there. The whole news is about the death rate, then the Sushant thing, the whole ball game. How do you deal with this energy which is outside your house?
It's just like every human being is going on depression. Everybody problems are bigger. Someone's problem is very big, someone's problem is small. And what is more important, that how you emerge with that.
Mm-hmm.
That is very, very important, that how you emerge with your problem. And I always believe your problems, your happiness, and everything is in your hand.
Okay, yeah.
At the end of the day, nobody's running your kitchen, you're running your own kitchen.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So you need to deal with your problems. Like I come from a very disturbed family background, but unless and until you need to understand that where is your happiness lies, and and what you want to do, and what is your take on life. Because end of the day, you need to your peace, your mental attribute is in your hand.
Absolutely, yeah.
So I don't think so. Like anybody or any kind of a Joshi or any kind of an astrologer or you can say any kind of person can give you lectures.
Correct.
And if you go and sit and talk to people, you will get lovely lectures. People are here to talk about it. What is life and this beauty about Bhagavad Gita, about Falana book, Dhikana book. But end of the day, you have to implement your own self, which is very important.
Correct.
You cannot implement your own self. Everything is waste. So I believe that your happiness lies in your own hand.
I want to touch the same topic which you have mentioned, which is a good thing when you are going through something which is really disturbing you, and I think we all are vulnerable in our own special way. And the whole mantra and the whole buzz about you when you are going through something, pick up the phone and talk to somebody. You think generally it works?
Definitely, talking really works, but you need to vent out. You need to vent out your emotions. You need to vent out your feelings. So you need to have one certain kind of a companionship to talk your agony and pain with, right? But sometimes people are so suppressed that they know, because we stay in a very judgmental kind of a thing and very hard to
True.
trust people. But
True.
fortunately, or you can say, I've been one of the luckiest person from the blessing of God, that I have been blessed with beautiful friend circles. I
Right.
have been blessed with beautiful people around me who understand me, who am I, you know. So I don't
Fantastic.
fake myself, and people who love me, they love me, and
Right.
people who can hate you, they can hate you. You cannot, you know, when you, they will be lovers, they will be haters. So what you know, like I said, that Kamal is like a lotus flower, is only it
Correct.
evaporates in a dirty and marshy land. So it's
Correct.
all so it just depends, and definitely, you know, when you went out to people, when you speak your heart out to your friends, and you
Right.
always divert your mind.
Very important question, because the topic is LGBT today. What we discuss. What is your take, Rohit, in a very nutshell, when India is quite progressive and it's quite legalized? You think now the acceptance has been on a different tangent, or it's still a big question mark?
You know, Abhitanshus, that when people like you, coming from a very different kind of a background, and when they talk about such a sensitive subject, which is LGBT community in our country, which is a big taboo, you know,
Absolutely.
so, it's a great thing, because during, if you talk about 25 years back, when the media was not so strong and people never used to talk about it, and the gays and the LGBT were termed as hijuras or chakkas or good or
Yeah,
mamu, all these comments I have been raised hearing.
I'm sure.
So, what is more important is that you the acceptance of society, the media has become more sensitive now. Media has become more like understanding, you can say, and
Mhm.
they understand the feeling of a person. You know, if I take out your heart, my heart, your mother's heart, or anybody's heart, and put in the platter and say, you recognize whose heart is whom, you're not able to recognize.
Correct.
Heart
Correct.
is love, has no gender. It
Right.
are these love, and everything is created by human like us. So it
Correct.
is no gender, you can say. So I always believe, I have been very, very vocal about my sexuality when I came to Bombay, and I was never ashamed of
Right.
me, who am I, because
Mhm.
end of the day, like I said before, your happiness lies in the on hand, and people are very depressed because they are not out of the closet, and they don't want to talk about it. The parents are now becoming little bit more like, you know, more understanding,
Correct.
uh,
Correct.
are becoming more understanding. They understand the child psychology. But during our time, we were very, very horrified to talk about to my dad, that dad, this is the what I feel, this is my orientation
Correct.
is all.
Correct.
And uh, and but uh, I always believe that you need to lead your life with your own terms and conditions, because end of the day, your mental peace is more important than others.
But Rohit, what my take is, I mean, absolutely whatever you were saying, I totally have a 100% say on the same point. But having said this same, I'll give you example. Today when I was, I mean, I did my poster out that I'm going to have an interview with you. I put DMs key, or are you gay? That the question, my thing. So the question is, okay, we can ignore the kind of audience who come from a illiterate background, but the kind of mindset and the hypocrisy which people who come from the so-called educated background, they still have got a stigma. वो सामने आपकी नहीं बोलेंगे, आपके मुंह पे नहीं बोलेंगे, बट पीठ पीछे बोलते कि छक्का है. एग्जाम्पल दे रहा हूँ. इफ दिस वर्ड फॉर एग्जाम्पल इज ऑफेंसिव, कि आप बंदी समान रोते हो, एट द सेम टाइम आप गे लगते हो, why you acting gaysh is also be offensive. It has to be offensive too. वो वहां पे क्यों हम क्वेश्चन नहीं करते किसी इंसान की माइंडसेट को? वो क्वेश्चन, और ये नॉर्मली आता है जो कि लोग पढ़े लिखे लोग हैं. इमेजिन जो गवार जनता है उनका क्या माइंडसेट होगा आज भी. और मैं ये बात कर रहा हूँ, यू एंड मी आर सिंग इन बॉम्बे. इमेजिन यूपी, बिहार, ऑल दो स्टेट्स एंड प्रोविंसेस, वहां का क्या माइंडसेट होगा, डिस्पाइट द फैक्ट इट्स लीगल इन इंडिया. मैं उस टॉपिक की बात करूँ, द लार्जर ऑडियंस, दैट इज अ बिग कंसर्न स्टिल.
You know, Abhitanshu, I would like to tell you something you notice. This gay, bisexual, straight, lesbian, all these words have been created by us, like human beings.
Right.
All right. I believe that every man has got a bisexual tendency in him. According to me, like a 90% men are bisexual globally, in inverted commas. The kind of guys I've gone out with were all straight. All right. So I believe sex is something which is very mental. All right.
Okay.
It is very mental. It's been created it's a parameter where you meet someone and you get to get impressed with that person. You need to have a good conversation and you get a lot of mental peace by that person. End of the day, when your friendship becomes very stronger, all right, you tend to sleep with that person, whether you're
Okay.
straight or whether it doesn't make you a bisexual or something. These are the words
Correct.
we have created, humans have
Mhm.
created. What is
Mhm.
more important? How one human gets connected to another human.
Mhm.
Our country has got lack of education when it comes to LGBT community. Today,
Exactly.
if
That's what my point is.
yes, so I'm coming to that. If I sleep with a woman today, I'm a perfect
Mhm.
man. If I sleep with a woman today, she will become pregnant. I'm a normal guy who has got
Correct.
proper organs, who produce proper kind of seeds. But the thing is this, that my attraction towards a woman is not that, is zero. Is that I don't get
Correct.
attracted to a woman. It's
Mhm.
just like that. Because inside my soul, inside my heart, I feel like a woman and I'm very proud of myself. But
Absolutely. Yeah.
and it takes a lot. You need to have a lot of balls to accept yourself. Then
Mhm.
only society will accept you. I have never cared for society. Like I said before,
Mhm.
nobody's running my kitchen. This is the way my
Absolutely.
personality is, and this is the way I have been brought up. This is the way I have
Correct.
conducted myself with honesty and dignity. That does
Mhm.
not mean that I'm a characterless girl that who will sleep with every Tom, Dick, and Harry. You need to
Mhm.
connectivity is very important. So some people, Abhitanshu, talk about it very openly. Some people don't talk about it because of lack of education. But
No, but Rohit, that's what my question is. I'm raising the topic about the education. There's some issue with our education in such a way the hypocrisy comes out and loud. When you are making a point, when a country, I'm a lawyer, I'm coming up from a sense of a legal system also, but a country who's supposed to endorse the idea of LGBT, why is still so taboo? I'll give you example again. In Bombay, getting a house is so difficult. Okay, if you're gay, आपको घर नहीं मिलता. There are into corporates also, they won't give you job. So I'm telling you, and this is, I'm talking about the big city, the so-called cosmo city called Bombay. वहां पे इतना issue है. Imagine province like यूपी बिहार, वहां पे कहाँ जा रहे हैं हम लोग?
see, we humans are very hypocrites. I'm telling you.
Mhm.
The kind of homosexuality is there in small villages, like
I know,
small,
it is, it
small.
is.
Yes, it is like you go to Katni, Jabalpur, Satna, you will see a lot of homosexuals there.
Correct, correct, correct.
People, yeah, it's just because of lack of education, because people are not being educated what gays and LGBT community is all about. Now finally, when parents are becoming little accepting, the media is little sensitive towards our issues. People are talking about
Correct.
it. There are gay rights we are taken. There are gay parades, and we are talking about our rights also.
Correct.
So what's more important, you need to raise your own voice, all right? But every people don't have that kind of a balls to
Correct.
to say that this is my orientation is. It is very
Mhm.
important to accept your own self first. Till the time you
Absolutely.
accept your own self, the world will not accept you. And this is what
True.
our country is lacking behind, because they don't want to accept the reality. Everything happening for domestic wall of the house.
Correct.
In
Correct.
industry, I'm going to tell you, 97% men are bisexual over here. They sleep. Without sleep, you don't get work over here. But people don't want to talk about it, and they enjoy. They enjoy. But people don't want to talk about it. They will to allegate someone. Oh, you try to molest me. You try to seduce me. It's very easy to talk about someone's character, but don't you realize, being a person, nobody can force you to do certain things. Everything
Correct.
happens in a concerned. All right.
Mhm.
Sometimes it all starts from the small villages. A small child is there who's 8 years or 10 years, and they
Correct.
are yeah, and they will take them to into the small gate and
Mhm.
all places, and then they test them,
Yeah.
and child get into that kind of a horrified to tell some kind of a thing to their parents because they will not understand कि ये तरीका भी एक चीज का होता है. People don't understand that part. But now, if you see Abhitanshु, when people like you come out and people like you raise voice and talk about the LGBT rights, all right, the situation and mindset is changing slowly. Oh,
I want
the
to ask
accept
one more question on the same tangent. Rohit, for example, you are a public figure. Okay, when you come out and loud on the same tangent, okay, look, this is how I am. Take it or leave it. Okay, it makes a big difference in the society. You give courage, you give faith, you cultivate a sense of belief. Ki, look, it's all right. There are big people in your community in Bollywood, and we all know they come from the same LGBT community. वो accept क्यों नहीं करते हैं?
because they don't have balls, because see, it's a big kind of a thing, people don't want to talk about their sexuality, they
But like
will
I
do.
said, they come from Soho House. They are townies. They have a good command over English. They're very classy people. My question is again on the education part. If they'll come out, आपकी community को और respect मिलेगा और support
But
मिलेगा.
I see, I think it's depends person to person. It depends to each and every individual.
Okay.
That lot of people they say that this is a very, I'm not naming that person. He's a business tycoon. He is a gay. Whole world knows about it. He's a gay, but they
Right.
don't want to talk about it. Like I say, Karan Johar has a
My
whole
question
world.
was this only. The whole world knows. Yeah, exactly.
That. But but Karan has not said from his own mouth. All right.
But why?
Because they lead a very discreet kind of a life where they're very society conscious. They don't want to accept the facts. And trust me, Abhitanshu, I have dealt with everyone. They are very depressed. They go through antidepressant tablets. They're fighting with their own agony. They're fighting with their own depression. They're fighting with their own thing because they're not honest to themselves. Because people still, our country has not progressed so much.
Exactly.
So that they accept people like us openly.
Correct.
Right. But I, as an individual, if I want to wear a sari, I will wear a sari. If I want to wear a cocktail dress, I will wear a cocktail dress, because end of the day, life is very short. You
Right.
need to live, and you will not believe that, my strength has never come lifting the weight in the gym. My
Right.
strength has come in my own self whenever the life has knocked me down.
Absolutely.
So it is very, very important for you to understand your happiness and your courage, what makes you happy. And everybody don't have balls to accept themselves in the public domain to talk about their orientation.
Will you go further to the same topic what you have touched? There's an immense amount of depression in your Bollywood, and the recent example is about Sushant Singh Rajput. Imagine a guy from Bihar, from a small town, his journey from nowhere to somewhere, coming from a very elite class, highly educated person. He couldn't handle the industry pressure. How do you see this situation going to a no nonce? And there's no stoppage also, Rohit. How and why?
The glamour industry is something. It's Abhitanshu. It's a full of drug. All right, it is a kind of a thing. It gives you a lot, but it also takes you a lot from you.
Okay.
You become fake. Because this is the way the industry works. People are here to cut you down. There is I am very, very impressed with Kangana Ranaut, because she is a woman with balls to talk so openly about nepotism in the industry. She talks about what is the reality and the norms of the industry. So I think so, Sushant, it's very, because if you see a picture frame and you
Right.
see 5-6 stars together and Sushant Singh is one of them, you cannot put a finger on that picture and that person can do such a thing. So
Correct.
it is a lot of mental pressure. Like today, I'm dealing with so much of depression my own self, because work is not happening right now. You need to maintain your lifestyle. You need to you need to pay your bills. You need to be in the market, or else your name is finished. So obviously, the glamour industry also comes with a lot of mental pressure.
Absolutely.
Some people take it, and some people, some people do such kind of a, they take a drastic step. But I don't think the suicide is something which is advisable, or it is a loser thing. That's the reason I chant a lot, and like I said, whole world knows I'm bipolar myself. And
Yeah,
I go to my doctors, and my doctor used to treat me. And I say every time going to a doctor is giving me a medicines which is of 10,000, 15,000. These are expensive medicine.
absolutely. Yeah,
And
it is.
depressing tablets are not cheap. Then
Yeah,
I realized myself, Rohit, why do you need a person in your life to dictate your happiness, your mental peace? So I started reading this book from someone called Science of Self-Realization.
it's
And
amazing.
yes, and that book completely changed my perception towards life.
Hmm.
End of the day, I know myself what makes me happy and what
Absolutely.
makes me not happy. So if I'm putting in front of this glamorous makeup and sitting in front of talking to Abhitanshus giving me happiness, I need to do it. If Abhitanshus doesn't like it, Abhitanshus is naming me as Chakka or Hijra or term, it is his problem. Because comments and me are best friend right now. So
I'm
if
sure.
I'm walking on the street, if somebody is calling me a Chakka, I take it as a compliment, because at least I gave
Fantastic.
that much of attraction that he called me certain name. So
Correct.
I started taking things very positively.
Fantastic.
So when you start taking things very positively,
Mhm.
you see that things will be very easy for you to survive.
But not everybody
It-
has the same courage, Rohit, what you have. You know,
It's one
and
life, but
I
it's
want
only
to,
one life, and
I
you
want
need
to.
to live your life with happiness by not hurting anybody,
Mhm.
realizing your own self, and realizing your own worth, which is
Right,
very
right.
important.
You have been quite close to Sushant Singh Rajput. Yeah, वो आपका दोस्त भी था, मुझे पता है. What is your take? The most cliche question which I want to bring on this table is: you think it's supposed to be suicide, or the whole buzz which is murder, probably something? What is your take on
No,
this?
I think so it's completely a suicide case. I think he was pressurized too much from the industry, because I've been reading a lot about him, and the way he was treated, and the way the whole politics were happening around him. So definitely, he must have given so much of mental pressure that
Right.
he tend to do this kind of. He took such a drastic step. But end of the day, reality, Lord Krishna knows. We can only pray that he should be in a better place, and he should get peace. Now people are talking about accusing Karan or Salman, for that matter, for everyone. I think so. Every human being. Uh, See, like you can like blame anybody, because end of the day we don't know what the reality is all about.
But what
There
is your take, Rohit? You think they are so much in a position that they can screw anyone's career? For example, Karan Johar, Salman Khan, or anybody, probably Aditya Chopra. You think that they are so powerful?
definitely lobby works in the industry in a parameter. They definitely work. But end of the day, I don't think so anybody can destroy anybody's future. And because nobody's bigger than God over here.
Okay.
So so I think so. Uh, Reality, I don't want to comment on it, because it's a very sensitive subject, because already a lot of people are talking about it,
Yeah.
and I don't want to pass my statement, because I'm a very small fish in the pond. I'm a
You are a part of the
I
same
am a
tree, I'm
part of,
sure.
Abhitanshu, I'm a tailor master.
No, but
So,
still,
I'm a
वही
tailor.
कपड़े वही चाहते हैं उनके पास.
Police, you talk about the fashion, about my sexuality, about the LGBT. I'm
Right.
talk about it. But this is it's a never-ending subject.
Right.
I was seeing the interview with this guy, with Kangana. That guy, what was this guy journalist name?
Another
Uh,
question.
yeah, Anurag Goswami. So I was saying it was such a bold interview what Kangana spoke and all, and even he there. So whole world knows about the nepotism is happening in the industry. It's not happening from now, it's happening from last 20, 30 years. So
Right.
yes, some people take the pressure, some people come out of it. But end of the day, if you have to become a star, nobody's bigger than God. You
That's
cannot challenge God. So
right.
and Sushant coming from a background who did television, who was doing very well in the career. So end of the day, reality has gone with him, that what went wrong, and how much he was pressurized with. So I really wish him like he stays rest
Correct.
in peace. That's all.
But you think the whole ball game and the whole drama which is coming from Kangna's side at this point of time is all TRP and all about marketing? Because why? When she's being so vocal about the word called nepotism, वो खुद के अपने हाउस में जो भी इसके डायरेक्टर है, ओनर है, वो उसके भाई बहन ही है. So even she's endorsing the same idea. She's all stuck there on the same thing, on the same tangent. Why? वो भी hypocrisy है कहीं ना कहीं.
As an individual, every human being has got to speak his mind of his own. They cannot stop people's mouth, all right?
Right.
Because it comes as a celebrity, like, if I pass a statement, it becomes a headlines.
Right.
That's what media wants. But there are, if you go to Facebook, there are a lot of common people who are putting their point of view, posting videos and all. Because
Right.
Nash talking is becoming a headline because she's a public figure. All right.
Yeah, she's powerful.
Everybody is been talking about it. Everybody is abusing. But you think that kind of the way our country is going right now, where people are dying, people are dealing with so much of depression, so many people have lost their jobs, so many people have become, homeless. So we are already dealing with so much of mental pressure right now.
I'm sure, yeah, it is.
So I think that every human being is Abhitanshus. There are different people. 10 people will have 10 different opinions. So
what is your take for a word called media? I think we are puppets of all of this word called media. Media control our mind.
I always find media is very, very like जिसका पल्ला भारी होता है media.
That's what my point is.
Yeah. And media can destroy you, media can make you. Okay, they run headlines and they run headlines without. They all have to they all need to run their TRPs. It's all TRP games.
Correct. That's what my point is.
Which channel is getting what kind of audience? So I don't think so. I want to give some importance because the reality is something which needs to like come out, and media is something which really kind of creates newses in inverted commas. They will blow things out of proportions. Talk about it's very easy to assassinate anybody's character like that. Always, but when you point finger on someone, the fourth finger points at your own self. So I always believe that the reality is in front of you. Like I was alleged like 2 years back. A guy put a molestation case against me, and he spoke a lot,
Right.
But I was staying. I was in United States that time when so much of hangama happened back home. But one post of mine on Instagram has completely changed the scenario because I spoke my heart out. I said I was not the one who like unzipped his pants and opened his dick out.
Right.
And you the men are quite stronger than me. He would have given me a slap. And luckily I had all his chats with me and I posted it all over in the media. And that's the reason. But it is very like easy to allegate people. I was being molested and abused. But there are no rapes in the industry over here. There are no rape.
I'm sure, Rohit, there are many stories. There are many instances where people have suffered. I'm sure. The funny fact is, if I may give you, in law, there is no provision of male rape. There is no provision. Yeah. Number second, there are many stories in Bollywood also of rape. कई बार आती है, कई बार नहीं आ पाती है. Again, the whole ball game of lobby system and the powerful people who are sitting up there. But the question remains the same. चीजें होती हैं, कई दब जाती है, कई बाहर आ जाती है. People like you who are in a position and probably quite confident, वो बाहर आके बात करते हैं. Number second, do it tell me one thing and be really honest and vocal about. I really want, because I expect the same thing from you. Tell me one of your experience from any actor where you thought कि okay, उसने इंसल्ट किया मेरा या मुझको रिस्पेक्ट नहीं दिया, coming from this LGBT community.
See, LGBT community have been always looked down upon. Like, whether it is designers or makeup artists or anyone, we have always been looked down because end of the day, every designer wants a big star to wear his clothes, and every designer wants his brand to go up. Every designer wants his fashion show had a good show. showstoppers.
I'm
So
sure.
yeah, so it's a business of thing, you know. See, luckily I have not been bullied because I have been a very strong personality. My aura, Abhitanshu, has been a very strong
I'm
person.
sure, yeah. Yes,
I am a no nonsense person because end of the day your self respect is in your own hand. Or if you are doing your job properly as a designer and you're satisfying the needs of your customer, you know. So
yes.
I
Right.
don't think anybody can abuse you. But you know, like I always believe like I was doing a couple of Bollywood movies where I have faced problems with the stars, and I have never enjoyed doing Bollywood
Name
movies.
them. I want to know the name. They should know. Come on. Tell me
I
one
can
of the movie.
see in the portal. See, it's not right to name anybody like that
But you
because
don't go around the bush though.
in a
I mean, this
public
was your
domain,
first persona is all about.
it's just an experience, Abhitanshu. It's an experience I'm talking about. Every star has got his own attitude problem, all right?
Mhm.
But you need to understand that what is the requirement a person is having. When you're doing your job properly, then you see, like I said, your self-respect is in your hand. And if you are giving chance to talk to a person who
Right.
can abuse you, it is your call for it, you know. So like you should do your job 10 on 10 so that people you should not allow a person to speak to you in a wrong way.
Correct. Correct. Correct.
That's very important. So I always believe that you know, do your job properly and rest leave it a lot.
What is the take of all the actors who are in a position to make a voice towards your community? एक कैमरे के सामने जो face होता है and the face which is behind the camera.
I have never faced my sexuality was like it has always worked very well for me. So
Okay.
like I have never faced a problem where I have been insulted because of my sexuality. And I have always been very respected in the society because I have been very honest about certain things. And for me, Abhitanshul, black is a black color and a white is a white color. There's no shade of gray in my life.
Right.
So I don't lead a double standard thing. This is the way I'm blunt. If I don't like certain things, I will say on your face. I
Right.
don't have to put up with anybody's nonsense, you know, because I have my own attitude. I have got my enough that I will take advantage from the people.
Fantastic.
So my fundas have always been very straight. When you were born, you learn A for apple. When I was born, I learned A for attitude. So you know, it has always been like the terms and conditions. So I have been a very straight when I'm dealing with people. I
Yes.
dictate my terms and conditions, and I just take their terms and conditions also. So
Correct.
I have not faced any problem that people have insulted me. In fact, I have been very respected very properly, and I have worked. I have been in industry from last 22 years now. Done a lot
So
of
you
work.
have never faced this whole lobby system. You have never encountered a world of nepotism in your
See,
profession.
I have faced that in my initial starting of my career when I was not welcome for any of the fashion weeks and all. But slowly and slowly, when I started doing a lot of international work, when I went to London, I represented India and I got the Asian Style Award in 2006. And then like people started accepting me and they started recognizing me more than my clothes. People were talking about my sexuality being such a loud and such a Lady Gaga kind of a designer because I used to dress up. I love dressing up. So people
Yeah.
used to talk more about my clothes and my personality than my clothes. But end of the day, I have broken that rule. And when my fashion shows happened, and I became a household name in big, and I came out and fashion shows, each and every show was becoming hit. So so I think so. You have to. Everybody has to have their own struggle,
I'm
and
sure.
everybody has to. They face their own challenges in life.
Correct.
So
Correct.
own challenges, but I have overcome with that.
Was it difficult for you to reach to a point where you thought, ki, Acha, now I need to confess this to my family? How was it?
See, for me, I always believe that person is struggling every day. I have still not achieved anything in life, Abhitanshul. I need to go more higher and higher. So you know, so like every time, whatever is coming on my way, I'm taking as a edge as a challenge, because we are staying in a very competitive world.
Right, right.
But every corner, one Manju auntie is sitting with one silai machine and keep taking the designs from the Pinterest and copying the designer's style.
Correct.
So the competition has become very tough right now. If
Right.
you see like a 30 years old a television serial like Bunyad and Hum Log in our
Right.
channel, and now you see the serials right now, and you see the kind of fashion, the kind of clothes and lifestyles they have got. It's completely very different. So
Yeah.
obviously things have become very, fashion as a subject has become very, very serious right now.
That's
So this is very, very important to understand that it's a serious subject. Like you cannot fool around anymore now. Okay, पहले आया तो कुछ भी सिल के दे दिया. Now designers have studied the market, discussed consumer, and now and the obviously the rates, the price factor is also very important.
correct.
That because there's so much of competition, so you need to be very economical in terms of your pricing your garments is concerned.
We'll come back again on LGBT. Rohit, how is the bonding with your family, and how was what was the first reaction from your family when they reached to a point? Look, this is how Rohit is.
Abhitanshu, I come from a very intellectual family background, so I don't talk much about my family because I always believed that I wanted to make my own identity as a person. I don't want to known as a son of XYZ or a grandson of XYZ. I want to create my own identity as Rohit Varma, the diva, who's sitting in front of you. So acceptance was not there because since I come from an orthodox family background, and when my picture came on the India Today, and I spoke about on the front page, and I spoke about being out of the closet, Rohit Varma, and talk about me as a personality being a gay. So my father, it was a big havoc in my family, and my mother and did not accepted it. My father never accepted me. In fact, I entered as a gay contestant in the Big Boss house where I spoke about my sexuality.
Right,
but see, everyone knows about from the Facebook and the social media. But people now, they don't talk about on face to face. But they know that this is the way I am. They know because I wear kajal, I go to America, I cross dress sometimes, I drag myself. So they know about it. But I think so. But I never sat down in front of my dad because now he's no more. I lost that 4 years back, and so I never sat down in front of him and spoken about my sexuality since my mother. But my Masi has been very supportive because she knows about LGBT because she's still abroad. My sisters, my niece and nephews, so they are pretty proud of me for what I am, and I don't interfere in my family business, and they don't interfere in my personal life.
But what was your background in terms of your mindset? Because what happens, we can have a disagreement with everyone, but when it comes to our family, with our own people, we go really weak.
See,
and that's where my question is, Rohit, how and when you discover this thing, look, this is how I am, and I can't play around the bush?
When I came to Bombay,
I
came to Bombay in 1996, and my best friend Millie Richardson, she's in America right now, and she really helped me out a lot. Come out of made me help me come out of the closet, and I was not knowing why do I feel like a woman, and I was always studied in boarding school in a men's in a boys' hostel. So I was not knowing that why do I feel like a woman inside, and why do I wear sanitary napkins for days? It's very psychological, and I used to wear these panties since my childhood. I always was very fascinated wearing panties. So I was always discovering myself. What is there inside that I don't get attracted to women, and I just get attracted to women's clothes and women's fashion and women's style, and that's right. And when I came to Bombay gave me wings. Bombay made me realize, and that this is that I came with a term called a gay, as
Okay.
that I am a gay, and basically not even a gay, I'm a queen. Basically, I'm a woman trapped inside a man's body. I discovered myself, and because I was staying all by myself here, so like obviously when you are staying individual, you get your wings, you do whatever you feel like.
Right.
Nobody's there to stop you, and that's the reason. Like I would like to share a story with you that in 1996, when I used to cross-dress myself, I used to dress up like a woman, and I was in the walls of Taj Hotel in Colaba, the walls area.
Right.
Are stopped, and I was looking gorgeous, and I rolled down the window, and he was a very big Bollywood star who wanted to take me out for a night, and I went out with him.
Okay.
Went out with him. We did the car and all, and so I always believe that every human being has got attraction towards. They want to explore certain things, but some people talk about it, and some people don't talk about it. So like I always believed living my life with the way I want, and this is the way I'm conducting myself in a high heels. So, and there I am in front of you, and every day has Bombay has given me strength, courage to talk about my sexuality and my orientation, and I'm very proud for what I am.
You think this is supposed to be a? What is your take on this whole term? Because कई लोग सोचते हैं कि ये psychological issue है, बचपन का issue है. People are still quite confused. What is your take?
Abhitanshu, 3 subcategories person becomes a gay. All right. First category is a person if a child is being ignored from the family, like when you ignore your children and they in being brought up in front with the servants and all, the person starts seeking love outside. Second category, if a person is completely over pampered, like if you pamper your child too much, so the person, your child become very sissy. All right. The third category, if your child has been sexually abused in his real childhood time, so these 3 subcategories, a person becomes a gay, and I think so. It's because during that time, like I'm talking about 20-30 years, people never used to talk about their sexuality or sex. Talking sex to your parents, it was a very big thing coming from the small town. But now, because of the media, the internet, now the 8-year-old child knows how the kid is born. Now this knows everything. And so the thing is that the scenario and situations are changing in our country. This internet, this education, people like you talking so openly, and this is very inspirational. This is the way people get inspired, and then and today's parents are also very educated. Generation very educated. That they talk about good touch, bad touch in the school. The teacher talk to the kids. What is good touch? What is bad touch? So now things, the situations are changing now.
What is your take on the coming future of India? You think India will change in terms of LGBT community, or it's going to be the same thing?
Do you think India has got no choice when people like us talking so boldly?
I'm sure.
India has got no choice but to change, and together we can make a difference. I always believe that we are all staying in a democratic world. Are we democratic right now, where we have so much of malice for each other, when we have got so much of anxiety and jealousy for each other? But I always believe, each and every day in the country is beautiful. Each and every human, God has created everybody is very beautifully and individual. We need to respect. All right. Respect is not demanded; it's commanded, according to me. So so I always believe that like you need to put your foot down, and you need to demand respect. All right. So India has got no choice but to accept people like us, and to accept. The acceptance is very important, and obviously gay marriages should be legal in a country, because they don't understand when the marriages will be legal, so many kids are going to get the shelter.
Right, I'm sure.
It's very difficult in a country for a male to adopt a child. It's so difficult to adopt kids. It's so difficult. But I think so when when you have the scenario where two people can like understand each other's love which has got no gender, love
Right.
is the power of Lord Krishna. It's been created. Love is love. So
Fantastic.
in, like I said, India has got no choice to accept.
Fantastic. Now let's have some fun fact question. Who do you think, Rohit, who has a great sense of fashion right now in your industry? One male actor, one female actor.
The great, very experimental. I like Saif Ali Khan,
Oh, I love
and
him too. He's from Dubai.
very well dressed guy.
Yeah.
Or also Ranveer Singh, very experimental, very bold.
Hmm.
And as a female, I will go female. Everybody dresses up in it, but yes, Kangana is very experimental.
Okay.
You like Kangana? I like Kangana's sense of style. I like Deepika Padukone, the way she wears, and they are my favorites.
Let's change the question. Who is worst?
Oh God, you always put me in the spot, Abhitanshu. I think Vidya Balan needs to really
Really?
improve a little bit, and in the male, I think so. I have never seen Salman dress up very well, so he's very casual. Yes.
He's really, yeah, no comments. So yeah. What is your take in terms of fashion? Is it evolving right now, or is it just a part of a rat race?
I say fashion is science. I think for every day, you can create. What happens. Bollywood plays a very very important role.
Absolutely, it is. It is.
And I think so, every individual has got their own sense of style inside him. They all know what is look nice and what will not, what doesn't look nice. But the thing is that what is more important is that you have to create your own style and identity. So like I like to be center of attraction. I breathe fashion. I never cared for this whether people will throw stones at me. But
Right.
I believe that you need to look beautiful because you only been born once, and you need to look gorgeous, and
Absolutely.
and approach has to be right.
Correct.
So, but probably we get influenced by very others. Suppose this black coat is not looking good on you, and without just change the style, probably you will believe in me because you are saying because I have said that.
Correct.
But my funda is completely very different when it comes to fashion and style.
Right.
So I just create my own identity, own style. Every individual should do that.
So we have got 1 minute left. The last question: what is your take on LGBT, and what is the message you want to put across out and loud for all the people who want to come out and want to confess?
I always believe that life is not measured by qualified English or a rich lifestyle.
Correct.
Life is measured by the number of people smile after hearing your name. You need your happiness in your own hand. I think you are beautiful. Live yourself the way you want. Just explore yourself. If you want to kiss a guy, you want to propose someone, don't keep the feelings to your heart. Just go out there, and the universe is going to wait for you and hug you very tightly.
Thank you so much, Rohit.
I say that I am in love with you, Abhitanshus. You are cute.
Thank you so much. And on the last quote, I would say by Rabindranath Tagore, where the world is held high and my head has no pain, let me discover in that world. With this quote, I would like to conclude. And thank you so much, Rohit, for giving us your time. It was a pleasure to have you on this show. And I hope you can break many other law also in a good way.